Welcome to Fermented Gems. So this episode was inspired by a random trip to Ale Tales, a beer shop in Albany, California. They specialize in some amazing, unusual beers and some rare ones at that. One of those rare offerings is a beer I haven't seen for quite a while. It's Brouwerij 3 Fonteinen, and this is a Lambic, which is blended with 30% whole fresh raspberries and 5% sour cherries. So they conveniently leave the price off at the shop. I knew that I could be surprised with the price, but I was very shocked. This is actually a $30 half bottle of fruit lambic. And if you think about it, it's like drinking a really good quality half bottle of wine. But it's very rare to end up buying a beer for that amount of money. And maybe it shouldn't be classified as beer. So let's see the quality. This rates 99 on Beer Advocate. The master sommelier that I worked for and learned from was a fanatic about it. So I've never had this fruit lambic though. I've only had the regular lambic blend. But it was so long ago, I almost don't remember. Oh, so soft. I was scared. So this one's called Hommage. It's unpasteurized and unfiltered. So you can see, you can tell that it's cloudy. It's, you kind of can't see through it, but it's a very light orange-red color. It's very pretty. So obviously getting those intense sour cherries right away. A little bit of like a maple tone to it. Very minimal bubbles. Okay, so this is a sour beer, sour. This is not sweet. This is not a sweet fruit lambic. Yeah, I have to be honest, I wouldn't spend $30 for this again. But it is, a good example of what a very tart, unpasteurized, unfiltered fruit lambic from Belgium could taste like. This is right up a natural wine lover's alley. Super tart, super fun. It's not really riddled with Brett or anything. I did see some reviews that said it had Band-Aid notes and barnyard, and I'm really not getting too much of that. But because I'm not a true sour lover, to think that I spent this much money on it, I won't do it again. But it's worth knowing, okay, what does this type of beer taste like? This also comes in a 750 milliliter, and that one is $60. So it's really good to know what you're buying. Because if you're going to splurge, you better know the style and you better know the producer. So yes, this is a high quality sour fruit lambic, but make sure you like the style before you buy it. Okay, next we have this wonderful Far West Company cider. And this is youguavabekiddingme. On the back you can see a little more information, and they brew this cider and then they add Brazilian pink guava at the end. So this one will be semi-sweet. Again, I do like my sugar. I'll admit it. I'm not a super nerd connoisseur. I will admit to liking balance. And if it comes from having some sugar in the beverage, I'm okay with that. Pretty nice color. It is a little hazy, kind of similar to the previous. Lots more bubbles here. And just a very delicate, light gold color. You smell that guava and the apples, but nothing's too intense. Well, the bubbles are kind of dissipating fast. They're kind of a little bit rougher, kind of like you'd find in club soda. But it's nice. This isn't even as sweet as they mentioned online. I haven't had this in a while. It's not even off dry. There's only the tiniest bit of sugar here, but I really like it. If you want something fresh and easygoing for, you know, a picnic or going outdoors or going to the beach, this is really perfect. Lastly, I was interested in grabbing a bottle of Achel. This is a Trappist beer, or will be no longer a Trappist beer very soon. And I found this out from Wind Up Weekly, which is a great podcast. And they mentioned that Achel is not going to be Trappist anymore because there are no more Trappist monks in the vicinity. And I guess for a while, you know, certain Trappist breweries didn't actually have Trappist monks working. But if there are no Trappist monks involved in the company at all, then they have to remove the Trappist labeling, which you can see here is quite large, and they're going to have to remove that. So I wanted to grab a bottle while it still had the authentic labeling, and this is a Belgian blonde ale. And I haven't had this one in a while. I am a fan of Trappist beers. There's only 5 Trappist breweries left once this one's gone. There's a Westvleteren, Vesmal, which is my favorite. Then there's Chimay, which everyone knows, Orval, and lastly, Rochefort. And Rochefort is my second favorite. Oh, large head here, unlike the other 2 that we just explored. Deeper golden color. And I have something interesting to show you. When we were at Ale Tales, the person working convinced us to buy a bottle of Orval, and then we would get a free Orval chalice with it. And Orval is one of the other Trappist breweries. And this would probably be the natural wine lover's Trappist beer. It has some funk to it, but it has a good amount of hops. It's pretty appealing, I would say. And this is the chalice, Orval. So I did end up paying $30 for this tiny half bottle of sour beer that I probably won't drink, but my boyfriend bought the Orval and got the free glass. So that kind of evened everything out. Anyway, let's try this Achel. So much foam. If I could ever get to the liquid, I could tell you what it tastes like. So far the foam is wondrous. It's malty and a hint sweet. Very pleasing. If you want to upgrade from your Budweiser or your, I don't even know what regular people drink these days. If you want to upgrade to something easygoing, not too much hops, you know, not too malty, but a little bit of that and not too fruity, a Belgian blonde is a great next step. I would definitely try this, especially now that they're changing it to non-Trappist. I don't know when they're changing the labeling, but I assume it'll be in the next year or so. All right, I will try this one more time. Wish me luck. Okay, so there's literally no bubbles left. To be fair, the aromas on the nose are fantastic. There's such rich notes of raspberry and tart cherries, and it's not funky. It's not, you know, opposing in that way. But can I drink it? No, I can't handle this type of sour. This is into the sour realm that I don't know, it's above my threshold, which means people who love sours will probably absolutely love this. It's definitely an acquired taste. All right, how is this guava cider doing? So the funny thing is, if I put these 2 next to each other, I can see where quality-wise there is a heightened level coming from the Fonteinen. This is one of the very few breweries left that make authentic lambics near Brussels. And again, I shouldn't be comparing two totally different beverages, but this one has no bubbles at all at this point, and this one has very sharp bubbles. This one is tart to the point where my face is puckering, and this one is pleasing but subtle, and it's like, well, what do I want? Do I need to pick my battles? Do I want something easier to drink and simpler, or do I want complexity and intensity? Ask yourself that before you jump into anything you don't understand. I think this will be what I continue with tonight, the easygoing Belgian Blond. So I'll see you on the next video. I believe I'll be specializing in the grape variety Nebbiolo. See you then.